What a good y'all. It's your boy Antno back doing another vlog. We is home. Today's a Friday. Um Making this video because hey, why not? Um and since I can't tell the future, um I'm really not sure if I'll be able to see anybody. Um in terms of people in used to, people from the church, uh etc. You know what I'm saying? So I'ma just make the video. Um we're gonna start with the second high school. Right? And you probably asked them why I keep calling it second high school. Well, yeah, it was my second high school. Huh? It's second high school for me. So any teacher that's obviously from the second high school be watching this, share this video. I'm gonna make sure I send this a message so you can play it in his room. So, but yeah, say it for like. So second high school was a crazy experience. I remember I first got there and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. After that, I said it was too. Fast forward, I stayed. And the reason why I even stayed was because, you know, mom at the time, she was just going crazy, was just doing too much. So like, let me just stay here, you know what I'm saying? But I don't, I'm not, hey, I don't regret things because, hey, I got the opportunity to do it, a couple of things, change of, knowing how to take the bus, uh, uh, you know, having to like go to other places to volunteer and work. You work for the summer, get paid, etc. Which is dope. But the school itself was crazy. It probably still crazy to this day. Um, because how it was running, you know what I'm saying? Not even like, we're not talking about the student teacher, we're talking about how it was running, like in general. Like schedule was changed back to back, like teacher wouldn't know their schedule, It was just changing back to back. Sometimes I get annoyed, sometimes I would just be cracking up like, yo, this is crazy. But that's just how it went. And you know, it was so many confusion as well. Like, the teachers had to do with every 10 over kid. Like, if it was like 16 years or over 18, well, it starts from like 14 to 21. But they would all so much grown adults. And sometimes like, hey, I feel bad. Sometimes like, hey, that's just on you because you know, yeah. And I never, for me it wasn't like, I never had any like crazy situation with a teacher, or like I guess suspended or whatever. But to see how the teacher would do with some of the students, it was just crazy. Like the one that was really popular, they would just do it to one. The one that really weren't, they just couldn't do anything at all. That's just how it ran. And I was like, yo, that's crazy. But hey, I just let them be because hey, that's a school, that's their business. So, you know. And, it was like that for, just the whole time. And, I, before I even got there, got to my first high school. Doing a lot, doing too much, this and that back and forth. This was the second one, it was so slow. Like, it was like, I don't know, I was just feeling stuck. But, hey, I just couldn't do nothing about it. So, When I do what I had to do, leave. Um, it wasn't like it wasn't as it can be because it's just how it was. But hey, I tried that. I tried fixing it myself. Like do this, do that, do this, do that. But hey, they went it how they went it, how they thought they were supposed to win it. Um, Towards like graduation, like the other school, the other side of the school, they had graduation, and had people come in and give them applications. But now, this my school just never did that. Even though we from like every week would, but if we wanted to go on out, we had to get in the bus, go to whether if it's a supermarket, a store, a school, senior center, whatever, and we had to work like probably 1 or 2 hours. And they said no pay, just no pay, just volunteering. Yeah, I do it for free regardless. But and yet with those places, none of those places came in after graduation and gave us applications. That's the part that stuck with me. Like I was heated with that, but other than that, hey, it was it was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I started to really catch on like, oh, it's just more like obviously kids with needs, but more like kids like okay, instead of just staying home, they just coming in, do what they do, like react to them, and stuff like that. Which is that's just that's a good thing. That's just to help out. But yeah, um, hey, like I said, just to say thank you for the at least the important part, cause why not? And for the other part, hey, that's crazy. uh, yeah, um, and, some students they weren't supposed to be there, and they see what they were there, and it didn't happen. You know, we had a student that he said left just the second year there. Probably like probably before he left, he was supposed to leave, but he was there. And he was bad. The boy was so bad he would beat up a teacher. Like literally, just because anger issue, he would beat up a teacher. I was like, what? But they, no. Um, Another thing that really wouldn't do too much, they would just leave like kicked out. It is. I just had a school game. Uh-huh. Thank good. Thank goodness the student didn't really do the teacher because that would have been worse. But it didn't happen. But yeah, thank you so much. Today's that. We get to the first set. Um, so first set. It's funny because the director um, on the August we were talking, and he was like, "Yo, like, if you don't mind, come help me understand the classes. And I'll see if I can get you hired in the school." Then we like really like yeah, sure, no problem. I bet when he gave me the day, when the first day cool, second day cool, third day cool, fourth day cool. But like a couple weeks later, something crazy happened, and not with me, of course not, cause I don't go crazy. But something crazy happened. With the student, it wasn't bad with the student. It's more like, I guess the student was just playing around, and they weren't supposed to be in one room, so nothing. So he was nervous. He was like, "Yo, what am I gonna do?" Etc. etc. I said, I looked at him. I said, "Hey, you don't mind me coming a little early, right?" Like, you do that? Just do it. Like, okay. Dang. I said, no problem. Came in the next Sunday early as ever. Here's what happened. From there, obviously, went in early, and he was good. And the wife would also work with him, so she would have to take care of these two kids because their teacher would, give us, and the other teachers couldn't really, take them because they were doing other things, and she just had to, she had to do it. So she'll be in office, and he'll be back and forth, running back and forth, up and down the step. I'd be like, "Bud, can you please sit down?" I would look at him, and I'd be like, "Can you please sit down?" Man, then we gotta go up and down, side to side. I'm like, "Bud, sit down." It looked like a vending machine. So then, every couple minutes, just see if the cheeses are good, to see if they straight, cause why not? Just to get something to do, because the time, cause to really stand in one place, that's just like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Well, I just sit down for like a couple minutes and then stand, cause to stand for the whole day, that's crazy. But I just do it regardless, cause why not? I obviously stand in the second chase, so why not? But see if the cheeses are good, so they be good. Give them any paper, I give them paper, everything else, right? Fine, that's cool. Um, and yeah, that was just be that. And nothing crazy happened. There was one teacher, she had to take a day off because um, it was her birthday, of course. And second, um, she's the teacher who dealt with kids for so long, and she was like, let me just take a break. So she took a break. And then she came back to it. Let me tell you, she was happy. Yeah, right. Nah, but she was happy to come back. I know she would. I mean, her face was just like serious, but she's always serious. I know she was happy to come back. She like her job. She loved her job. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Um, I think if she does do it again, she needs to 2 days. 2 days off. 2 days. 2 days off, to be extra happy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But yeah, the teachers always, all of them always, really, really cool. No situation with me, of course. Um, they, always happy to see me, same vice versa. You know, and yeah, it's gonna be sad, but hey, it's gonna be sad that they're gonna find out won't be the next time. But things happen. Things of course happen. So, um, you know, could always keep the memories and go from there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, um, that is that. Um, um third and final thing, the youth group. Um, Youth group was running for like 3, almost 4 years. Basically 3 years. And it was running good. The third year was bad. It was really good, really good. But all three was really good. Um, remember the first time, um, obviously going in, I was like, wow, it's nice. And then remember the very last time going in, I was like, okay, this is great. And um, we did so much, of course, different the last year. We did so many different things, you know what I'm saying? And you know, in the beginning of just last year, like it ran separately. You were like high school, middle school, and then went from like boy and girl, and then put it all together. Made sense because it's only like 3 and 3 people, so why not put them together? So that's just how it worked. And then toward the end, some people just basically they just that come, which is cool. Um, but yeah, for the most part, just with the experience, it was nice. I mean, in my opinion, it wasn't. It wasn't bad. Um, the leader you could see, felt like I feel like Jake with D said it was tough on her because just towards the end she was like, yeah, not doing this time. Um, I remember in October 2024, I never forget the month, we was talking, and she felt like she was feeling, and now you good, you straight, and that's the thing, like she just thought that because nobody really showed up, and it was multiple times that it happened, and just because of that, she thought she was feeling, but it's not, I had to just let her know, like, hey, things happen, like things like that can happen. It's like with a YouTube video, some videos gonna blow up, some videos not. Or some music video gonna blow up other than more than another. You're gonna get more money from one thing than the other. You know what I mean? So, I just had to put in as that example so she can understand. She understood, and it was vice versa. She gave me some advice. Was like, okay, like, you could do this, you could do that, and we went from there. You know, very cool. Um, it's gonna be sad because I did tell her I'm gonna help next year, but we'll be back next year. Um, and she said she'll probably not do it next year, but if she does watch this, um, you could do what you want. Not gonna do whatever you want. Do what you want to do with your personal thing. But you want to make an impact. You want to make good memories, especially with people that are there. We had good memories. And I remember just for going in. I was like, "Hey, we here." You know what I'm saying? So you want to make an impact to where people would offer to come back. And the kids that those kids that are there, they like going. Some of them may drive you crazy, some of them won't. But then the day, once you're doing it for the kids, and you're doing it because it's if a God wants you to do it. And, hey, now if you feel like God telling you to do something else, by all means, don't do it. By all means, don't do it. Um, but of course, like I said, you would want to make an impact. You would want to at least want one of them in the future. But yeah, like back then, I used to go here and I would do this and the thing. I would just do me. And it ran for like a couple years. You know what I'm saying? You want to do that. You don't want to. You wouldn't want it to be like, oh, like it was only 3 years, and then after that was bad. You know what I'm saying? Even though you were not really in your control anymore, but you know, you just wouldn't really want that. That makes sense. So, I'm just saying. I'm just giving an example. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but it's all about the impact, all about the vibe. Um, and yeah, the youth school was good, in my opinion. I, I missed a couple times, but that was my bad. Sorry. But, yeah, other than that, it was good. Ooh, my favorite part was decorating for Easter. Everybody was just helping, just having fun. Yeah, other people that helping for Easter. Shout out to the Deacon Lewis. He did his thing. Giving orders and telling people what to do and not. That was funny. Not funny, he does it quick. But it was interesting to see him just helping out as well. Because he always help out. He's a guy who always helping out. But it was, pretty dope that he was there to help us out. All the other teachers was there to help. You know. So yeah. With that being said, thank you so much. Um, thank you all for the memory. Uh, and I could say until next time, but I don't know when. So that being said, um, live a good life, healthy life, faithful life. Don't do drugs. Because drug is bad for you. Don't go crazy. Because going crazy is not. Um, don't quit, don't give up. Because what would you get at? And most importantly, keep God first. Always, amen. And hey, as I always say at the end of the video, all of them probably hot. Peace out, gang gang. Peace.